We're here with Ryan Maker at AOC 2023 in Brisbane. Just so we catch up with you, mate. Firstly, tell us about the weekend. How'd you go?
Yeah, another epic Scotty event. What can we say? Yeah, loved it. The atmosphere here is like nothing else we really go to. TITC is good. This is also like not far off, I got to admit. So awesome having Mark here, Nico, Ethan. Thanks guys for coming from overseas. The racing was like crazy. Yeah, really busy actually. We got quite a bit of practice. Car's been great the whole time, and yeah, just a really fun weekend really. So
speaking of TITC, you came out of retirement
Yep.
to do that event last weekend. Just tell us how it feels to be back behind the controller.
yeah, after 3 years, it was a bit of a shock in the beginning. I actually came here about a month before TITC because I'm like, I don't want to embarrass myself too much. So I learned to drive again here, and luckily there were no cameras taking any videos of it because I was driving in the middle of the track for about probably 3 battery packs until I finally found my mojo again, and it kind of started clicking. And yeah, so it's been really good to be back and just racing again. Like, I haven't felt nervous for like over 3 years because there's nothing really that makes me as nervous as RC. Like, even if you don't really care and you don't really have too many expectations, which is like how I am now, you still get nervous. It's weird. Like, and yeah, this really, just brings back those feelings that you get from those years ago where, we're going into nationals and stuff, and I just had those nerves. So it's good to like be back in it again, be feeling that way again. I forgot how much I love driving, to be honest. Like, I love what I do at RC Maker, but like as well, getting back to the track, I realized how much passion I have just for the whole sport as a sport and hobby as a whole. So
let's just turn the clock back a little bit. Just tell us, how did you first find RC, or how did you get into it? What's that story?
My dad, actually. I wanted to race motocross. I think I was like, I wanted to get a motorbike to start with and then eventually race motocross. And that was probably when I was about 10. And that was probably just because the next door neighbor was doing it too, and I was like, that looks really cool. And then dad was way smarter than that. He's like, took me down to the local RC car track in Somerville down in Melbourne, and it was just a track set up on some tennis courts. And they actually ran like the pull start Kyosho cars and stuff down there, and it was massive. Like, club days were getting like over 100 people. It was insane. Just because of the classes, the way they were run and stuff, it was all like controlled everything. So the racing was just epic close. And then, a few local guys kind of took us under their wing, like Lou Solar and, old school names like that. They helped us kind of get into it. And then, we just like lived and breathed it for like, the next 10 years straight. Dad was coming to races all the time with me, working on the car and everything, and in Nitro you need a mechanic and a pitman, so Dad was always doing that for me. But yeah, it's been a pretty long road. It's different for me now. Like, in the beginning, I had that fire to get better and all that sort of stuff, and then as I'm getting older, I'm kind of getting a bit more timid, I guess, and it's more just about enjoying my time here and trying to give back to the hobby as well, and encouraging the new races and stuff like that.
So in that progression, from the club level up to your highest achievement, what do you put down as your most memorable event?
To be honest, there's not like one that stands out, but like China Worlds was good in Beijing. 2017, I think it was. I don't know, it was later than that. But I got 17th overall, so B main at the Worlds is like a pretty cool achievement. TITC, I think I've won the B main before, as in won the overall in the B before for 11th. So yeah, those international events probably stand out for me. And also the one national one that he's going to hate me for saying this, but when I beat Ronald, Ronald and I are really good mates. And I often remind him that I kicked his butt at Templestowe at the Nationals in 2016. So that one is really up there because he was fresh off a World Championship win in Beijing where I got 17th. And yeah, to beat him there, like, it was kind of my home track. So I definitely had the advantage, but just to be able to TQ and then beat him in the finals was pretty awesome. So sorry, Ronald.
And this on the RC Maker side.
Yep.
Where did that come from? What inspired you? Have you got a design or engineering background, or where did that
to be honest, no. Like, I've always been interested in physics and stuff like that. I studied it at school, but I actually went into accounting and finance at uni because I wasn't really into the hardcore maths and stuff. But my dad, he owned a company called Balsa Works Australia, which was actually the largest balsa wood processing plant in the Southern Hemisphere. So he actually did that for a while, and that was involving laser cutters and a lot of hands-on tools and stuff, and they were making like remote control planes and stuff as well. So I actually first thing I ever did was fly a remote control plane. That was before the cars. So I got into that, but it was kind of boring, I just kind of didn't really get a kick out of just, flying around. But that's kind of what got me into the whole RC thing and got me interested in like the engineering side of things. And then, yeah, Dad actually built a CNC machine. We actually still use that CNC machine today as well. So Dad built a CNC machine, I think it's about 5 years ago now. And then, yeah, we just kind of figured out how to start cutting stuff. And then I figured out, Dad knew how to use like 2D CAD programs, so he started teaching me, and then yeah, I could start designing some basic parts and stuff, and then eventually manufacturing them myself. And then yeah, I just grew on a massive scale, and now we're doing a lot of, we've got more CNCs, we're doing a lot of 3D printing, 3D drawing as well. Like everything's just kind of evolved, and learnt all the CNC programming and stuff. So a lot of our, like 90% of our stuff is made in-house, so it's been a massive effort, but I love being in control of what's going on and, seeing the parts being made in front of me and thinking of an idea in my head, drawing it down, like even as a sketch, then drawing it in 3D, either printing it out or cutting it out, and just being able to hold it there and, plot it on the car, and like that's the best feeling for me. So.
And see, a world champion go and run that on the track and get a result.
Yeah, it's insane. Like Mark was using our brand new HRP Pro this weekend, and Nicholas as well. So all three of us on the podium were using it, and I know a lot of the other guys in the main as well. So yeah, to see, like, I never even dreamed that Mark would even like have an RC Maker sticker on his car. Now he's got it like, on his car all the time. I got it's on Ronald's car, Nicholas, like a lot of those pro guys. Just to think of like, yeah, the caliber of drivers running our gear now is pretty insane. So yeah, I just want to thank those guys for believing in the product, and also guys like Tony from Tony Sport, who, he just believed in what I was doing from the start. He knew I had passion, and, he knew I wanted to do something different and create products, and he's been one of the driving forces in, helping me grow and just pushing me as well, so.
And, so what's next for you, mate? You going to be back at the racetrack behind a controller, or are you going back into retirement? And
yeah, well, first off, I got to get home and do some work, because I've been in Thailand for 3 weeks, and now I was showing Mark around the Gold Coast, because I'm now situated in the Gold Coast from moving up from Melbourne last year. So yeah, I was showing Mark around and for a few days, and that was really cool. Took him to some waterfalls and stuff, but it's time to get back into the action, and honestly I can't wait to get home, because we've been away. It's been about a month on the road now. So just, yeah, I can't wait to get back into it, start designing new stuff. Got a lot of stock to catch up on, so we're running a bit low. But yeah, I just want to get back into it because I absolutely love what I do. So.
If people want more information on what you're up to, where's the best place for them to go?
Yeah, sure. Just follow us on socials. We try and keep everyone updated on there. There's a bit more behind the scenes on Instagram, and then we do like product releases and restock stuff on Facebook. Yeah, and then we've obviously got RC Maker website. It's www.rcmaker.com.au. And you can find pretty much our whole range and everything on there. And if you want to contact us or anything, just ryan@rcmaker.com.au, and I'll definitely get in touch. So yeah, if you got any questions, do not be afraid to reach out, because yeah, I'm always happy to answer questions and help anyone that needs help. So
yeah, we saw that this weekend, mate. You had a heap of time for all the races that were coming up to you guys and asking questions.
Thanks, dude. Yeah.
So, well done on everything you've achieved, and I really look forward to seeing what you do next.
For sure, can't wait to.
Thanks for the chat.
Cool. Thanks, Tony. Cheers.